You celebrate your life. Celebrate the good and the bad, the happy, the sad, the joy and the pain, the sun and the rain. Celebrate life. Celebrate your life with love.
Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to A Spiritual Remedy. My name is Sunshine Daye, and what a joy it is to greet you on this beautiful day. It's a great day to be alive. I want to know who's hanging out with us today, and where you are currently. Um, where are you? You know, a spiritual remedy is geared towards those of you. Hey, this is the way I love to start my day, with Sunny Day. Top of the morning to you too, beloved. It's so good to have you hanging out on the show today. Thank you so much. A spiritual remedy is is geared towards people who are ready to lay down their distractions, to lay down their weapons of mass distraction, to lay down those things that keep them from living their best life, to lay down their addictions, their stress, the drama, to lay down alcoholism, to lay down those things that keep them, again, from living their best life. And so, what I get an opportunity to do is to provide some spiritual tools and some loving support for your personal transformation. I woke up this morning thinking about you, Jan Ford. I said, where is Jan Ford? Well, here you are. There's no coincidence that I had you on top of my mind this morning as I was walking the dog and thinking about the show and what to bring forth on the show today. So glad that you're hanging out with us today, Jan and Sunny. Thank you both for hanging out. And all of you who are also hanging out, go ahead and put something down in the comments so that I know that you're watching. Today, I want to talk about a spiritual awakening. And in particular, I want to talk about a spiritual awakening as it relates to becoming awake and aware and acknowledging that we have resentments. Uh-oh. Did I say resentments? Yeah, that we have resentments and an inability to forgive. Because what I know is that having resentments and having an inability to forgive can actually hinder our personal growth and can actually hinder us living our best life. You see, I see a world where people are living their best life and loving it. And when we have resentments, these hidden resentments, these areas where we do not want to forgive, that for sure can hinder our personal growth. Hey, Alina, so glad that you're with us this morning. I'm so glad that you're hanging out with us and a part of our show and part of the love that we get to spread out in the world. Now, what I know for me personally about resentments, wow, is, it comes from that the root word sentiment, sentimiento. It's a Latin root. Sentimiento is a feeling, and to refeel is resentment. To be driving home maybe from a Super Bowl party. How many of y'all are still mad about that game yesterday? I am excited. I'm a football latecomer. I'm the one who's like, who's in the Super Bowl? I pick a team and I go with it. So yesterday I was a Swiftie. At any rate, I digress. Here's the idea: is that you're driving home, or that you're in the park, or you're doing something, and all you keep thinking about is a person or a situation where I shoulda, coulda, woulda, I should have said something, I didn't do this, and all of a sudden those feelings of anger, maybe despair, hatred, distrust, like dislike, like these feelings continue to come up and come up and come up. Now, uh, when I think about resentments in that way, and I think about what I could have said or what I should have said, and y'all let me know, those of you who are watching, let me know about your resentments and how is it that your resentments play a part in your life, and how they keep you from living your best life. Because here's the idea is that while I'm busy, thinking about what I could have, should have, would have done and should have said and how that person pisses me off or I don't want to talk to that person. I I mean, let's face it, there are places within me, even with as much knowledge that I have and as much spiritual practice as I've done, I'm not exempt from having resentments and from having areas in my life where there's an unwillingness and an inability to forgive. And um, first of all, it's important to have the utmost compassion. I love you right now, Alina. I'm perfect. I don't have any resentments with the crying face emoji. Okay. I hear you. I hear you. Okay. All right, here we go, right? It even for those of us who, if we were to actually look and see, if we were actually to examine, um, we could probably find some places of unforgiveness, of people that we don't want to forgive. I know for me that sometimes that unforgiveness and that anger, it makes me feel alive. Like, oh, I have that emotion, that feeling, that energy in motion. And it's just like, oh yeah. It's kind of like having a villain that you love to hate. Or like in the movies, it's like, yeah, and everybody, we may not agree on stuff, but we love to hate that particular person, or that particular person really irks us and really gets on our nerves. Wow. Is there that place? Is there that person? And, I got to say that having the utmost compassion with yourself and being gentle with yourself, but still doing the work and still recognizing that there are areas in our lives where resentment still are doing this thing. Oh, Diane, I was so glad to have you last week and so glad that you're here today as well. This idea of holding on to resentments and holding on to unforgiveness is actually something that's quite detrimental to us. And I don't know if people might call it a character flaw. It's definitely not a character asset. I'll say that much. It's definitely not a character asset, but having a spiritual awakening and having that aha moment where I awaken to this idea of like, wow, I've been holding on to that anger, to that resentment, to that ugh, that feeling about this particular person. Um, this is really about forgiveness, but this forgiveness is around releasing the grip of past hurts. Can I admit that I have been hurt in the past? And sometimes those hurts are of my own making because I make up in my own mind what and how I see a particular person and what they said, and I give it a meaning, but it's still past hurts. And when I forgive, I am practicing releasing the grip and the hold that past hurt has on me. Alina's got a long thing, which is it. If we take it a little bit at a time, it is actually quite powerful. When we consider forgiveness, we also need to consider safety. Often resentments are against those who have abused us. Forgiveness doesn't mean continuing to allow the abuse. This is very confusing and a difficult lesson. Thank God for a spiritual living coach. Absolutely. And beloved, that's the thing is that when I'm talking about forgiveness, it's releasing the grip of past hurts. And your safety is absolutely and of utmost importance. It may mean that I'm no longer going to put myself in situations, but as long as I keep that resentment, I'm no longer safe because I'm not making decisions from my prefrontal cortex, from the decision making part of my brain. Because when my emotions increase, when I'm in that anger and in that resentment, my logical and my prefrontal cortex, I'm not accessing great decision making. Because my emotions go up, it blocks my access to decision making. And part of a forgiveness practice is quickly, I want to share two things as part of a forgiveness practice, which is really releasing the grip of past hurts, right? And that is the loving kindness meditation. This practice involves cultivating that feeling of love and compassion. It may even be for self, right? You got to start cultivating that feeling of love and compassion for self. I got to do that for self even before I may begin cultivating that feeling of love and compassion towards those who've caused pain. Sometimes I have to see them as sick people, but I don't necessarily have to continue, engaging and putting myself in harm's way. I get to be safe. Jan says, such a great teacher. Thank you. Such a great teacher. Oh, wow. Let's see here. Forgiveness is definitely for me. The opposite is losing my grip on the hurt. You took the words right out of my mind. LOL. Thanks, Sunny Day. And then Jan says, when I resent someone, I think about how much I resent them all the time. Mentally, me and them are in a mental prison. Yeah, exactly. And it keeps us from being our greatest self. And putting our attention on what I want instead of my attention on what I don't want. um Boom, boom, boom. Let's see real quick again. Good morning. I'm going to re-listen to the message. Absolutely. Thank you so much for watching, Janet. And then thank God we can utilize our heart's neutral network, which does not need language to think. You are absolutely right. Love is always the answer. And then my nephew in Florida. Hey, beloved. I'm so glad that you're watching today. One of the things that I want to share before we sign off for today is this. Starting in March, I'm doing the 4 agreements. In particular, and with a focus on people in recovery who are ready to release the things that no longer serve them. People who are, feeling stress or addiction or alcoholism. Check out Vida Spiritual Learning Center, our website, so that you can sign up. It is a 5-month course. We're going to meet once a month, do 1 agreement per month, and have discussion around how to actively put that agreement into our life. It is going to be spectacular and amazing, and I promise you that you will grow. You will grow from that. There's our website that is listed there. I want to just let you know how much I love and appreciate you. And I wanted to let you know that the second thing around forgiveness is journaling and reflecting. So not only meditation, but also journaling and reflecting so that you are caring for yourself, that you are releasing that grip of past hurts, not from a place of just like, I let it go, but really from this place of recognizing that your life is the unique, unrepeatable, magnificent way that spirit shows up in human form, and that right where you are is the power to release anything that no longer serves you. If you're interested in having a spiritual living coach, please see our website. I am here to serve you, to support you in your growth and unfoldment, to provide spiritual tools and loving support. Until next week, please, 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 please know that you are loved and know that I care. Bye for now.
Thanks for tuning in to A Spiritual Remedy. Use the links in the description for prayer requests, to donate to Be That Spiritual Learning Center, and to join our mailing list. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And you can visit us at vidaslc.org for more information.